You control what happens in your life with your mind, believe it or not. I am just about bad mind people. Listen, you have to literally just get rid of them, eradicate them from your life. Comparison easy what? Teeth of joy. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video has been a very highly requested one. A lot of people have been asking me to do a video on self-confidence and how I stay confident and how I stay positive. And the main reason as to why I hadn't made this video all this time is because I literally just felt like I didn't have the answers. I just didn't feel like I was in any position to, you know, give people that kind of advice. But a number of things have, you know, happened in the last couple of weeks / month that have literally just flipped that around, and I just feel like I more than have the answers. I have the bloody secret, literally, to how you can attain self-confidence or whatever. I'm just so excited to share it with all of you. So I hope you all enjoy watching the rest of this video. Sit back and relax. So I mentioned in one of my videos that I read The Secret by Rohnda Byrne, and to just summarize what I personally took away from the book is that you literally are in control of your mind, and your mind is probably your most powerful asset. Like, your mind is literally like the powerhouse of your life. Like, you control what happens in your life with your mind, believe it or not. And when you come to realize the power of your mind is also the moment when you also start to take control of your thoughts and how you think and your entire thought process. And that's when I'm telling you, your life will just change. Obviously, if you want positive things to happen in your life and you want to look at yourself in a positive image in terms of like self-confidence, you have to think positively, and not only think positively but believe in the positivity that you're thinking, because it's literally the same thing as, you know, having faith in the things that you ask from God. If you're asking for something from God in prayer, and in the prayer there's no faith backing up that prayer, then it's an empty prayer. There's literally no point in actually praying in the first place without faith. It's the same thing that applies to, you know, the secret and positivity and sending out positive, you know, energy to the universe. And literally just from having that control over your mind, you will literally see the impact it will have over your life in general, and more specifically your self-confidence. So the book teaches that the same way you're able to give off positivity just through your thoughts is the same way you can also give on negative energy and negative signals to the universe from your thoughts. So the things that you think about in your mind is literally what will come to pass. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after tomorrow, maybe not next month, but one day in your life, every negative thing that you thought about yourself will come to pass. You will be single, you will be broke, you will be ugly, you will be not confident. So in order to, you know, obviously eradicate all these negative things that you don't want out of your life, you literally have to take control of your mind and think positive. So in terms of self-confidence, the first thing that I would say is that think conscientiously about all the positive things that you think about yourself, all the good things that you know you're good at, whether it be, you know, you're a smart person intellectually, you're a friendly person, you're a giving person, you're a generous person, literally just the smallest thing, anything positive that you can think about yourself, and that will literally be like your foundation to building self-confidence, if that makes sense. So you start off with the little things, and then as you go by, you'll be telling yourself, before you know, you will wake up and telling yourself in the morning that I am just about and not just saying it, you're actually fully believing it. You're fully, you know, looking at yourself in the mirror like, what is that me? And it literally just all starts from like the small things, like self-affirmation and telling yourself, I am this, I am that. Not waiting for anyone else to tell you these things, you know. You're not waiting for Tom, Dick, to come and tell you that you're this and you're that. If you're able to tell yourself that and believe it, listen, you don't need anything from anyone. You don't need any validation from any human being. I know obviously this way, they're doing a lot of drilling outside, guys. It's really gonna annoy me. Okay. But yeah, I know all of this can be easier said than done to, you know, tell yourself these things, because obviously if your self-confidence is really at an all-time low, it's going to be hard to, you know, tell yourself these things and actually believe them. So if you feel like you're going to struggle, take a look back at some of the things that other people have told you. Oh, you're really pretty, your eyes are really nice, you know, you've got a nice body, oh, you're really good at this, I never knew you were good at this. So even if you're not able to remind yourself from your own thoughts, to at least try and remember some of the things, the positive things that people have said about you in the past. And I know a lot of people are not really able to take the compliments confidence very well, but just try as much as possible to think about these things that people have said and tell yourself, yeah, that's me. It all comes from the mind. It's all about the brain. If you can understand that and you can literally take control of that, listen, you're good to go. Like, it's literally the simplest thing, but yet the hardest thing at the same time. But I just want everyone to be able to like grasp the concept. But anyway, so yeah, think about things that people have said about you in the past. Think about things that you've been able to accomplish in the past as well. Certain goals, for example, that you've been able to set out and that you've been able to achieve. You've just taught yourself to cook a new dish that you never thought you'd be able to cook. Listen, some people are out here in uni and can't even boil rice, but you've been able to cook this whole dish, this whole jollof rice that your future husband is going to enjoy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Not everyone can do some of the things that you're able to do. You need to remind yourself that you're a super talented, all-rounded person. And another thing that I picked up from this book is that obviously as human beings we tend to forget, which is one of the reasons why people tend to have issues with self-confidence, because they forget how great they are. So one thing that I picked up is that it's good to write things down and on a daily basis keep going to that list and reminding yourself and affirming, you know, those things that you've written on the list. For example, I've got on my list, these are more things that I want, that I believe that I already have, but they are yet to pass, if that makes sense. Okay, for example, I have written over here that I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. And even though obviously it hasn't physically manifested yet, I know in my heart and in my chest and in my soul that those 50,000 subscribers are already mine. If you fully believe, like, the joy in your heart from knowing that those things are already yours is literally unexplainable. Like, this is literally how I feel right now. Just by saying those words, those 50,000 subscribers, I'm literally just so happy because they're literally already mine. So just by writing these things down, constantly going back to your list and reminding yourself that I'm this and I'm that is an excellent way, you know, if you ever forget any of these things, to, you know, keep them in mind. So the first couple of tips I've given you is all about the things that you think about in your mind, but the next tip I want to give you is based on, you know, the action that you actually take towards gaining self-confidence. If, for example, you're not a very confident person when it comes to public speeches, for example, what actions are you going to take towards gaining that confidence such that you're able to give good public speeches? Start by, you know, taking small steps. Go and stand in the mirror and give yourself a speech and see, you know, the areas in which you feel like you need to improve, whether it be your, you know, your speech, how the clarity of your speech or your posture, you know, work on those things and then start to build it up. Start delivering speeches in front of your parents and your family members and ask them for constructive criticism and let them feed back to you what they think that you could improve on. And then go up to the next stage and then start giving speeches, maybe at school, I don't know, or your classroom. Go to your classroom and deliver a speech. And obviously this all goes hand in hand with the positive thoughts. As you're doing this, you're telling yourself that I am charismatic, I am confident, I'm good at delivering speeches, and as you go along you will see the positive feedback people will be telling you, oh, you've improved in this area, oh, you've improved in that area. You yourself, you're gonna feel it in your brain, your body and your soul, and before you know, you're gonna be on the BBC presenting the news. So yeah, as much as it is important to, you know, think all these positive things about yourself and, you know, positive affirmations or whatever, also, you know, take the necessary actions and steps towards, you know, building your self-confidence. So yeah, the next tip that I want to give you is to remember that you're not alone, and to some extent everyone does deal with some level of, you know, low self-esteem, and people are good at hiding that. They're good at hiding the fact that they're, you know, not as confident in certain things, and they have their own way of dealing with that. But also in saying that, I do also want to say that as much as possible, you guys already know what I'm about to say because I preach this just too much. Like, I actually preach this too much. But just do not compare yourself to anybody. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the what? Thief of joy. Life is not a competition. The most important thing to you should be you. Just focus on your lane and stop, you know, looking left and looking right and looking what other people are doing. Because the moment you start focusing on what everyone else is doing and comparing yourself to everyone else, the moment you lose sight of what you want as a person. Because you're gonna go and try and go at the pace that everyone else is going at rather than going at your own pace, and that is setting yourself up for failure. Literally, what makes you happy? Don't do things because you see other people doing it and you think it'll work out for you. Do it because it makes you happy. Set your own, you know, mini targets and goals and strive to achieve them in your own time. Don't rush into doing things because you see other people doing it and you feel like, I have to do this because, you know, I'm running out of time and everyone else is doing it. It literally will it will drain you and you will be miserable, because in the age of like social media where literally everything is just in your face, we want everything instantly. It's really easy to, you know, see what everyone else is doing because it's so in your face, and in your mind, you know, they've got this so instantly, I want this instantly as well, I want it now. And that's when you become impatient with the process. And that's just one thing that I want everyone to just, you know, understand, that you must enjoy the struggle, enjoy the process, because when you finally do reach that light at the end of the tunnel, it's going to feel so much better, 10 times better than if you didn't reach any obstacles or it was a smooth journey. You just wouldn't appreciate it as much as you would knowing that you have fought for this and you've literally overcome every single obstacle that life has thrown at you. You just don't compare yourself to anyone else. Everyone's journey, individual journey, is different for a reason. Don't try walking on someone else's path that is not meant for you, because it will be to your own detriment. So yeah, in terms of everything being a process, I also want you to adapt that concept to, you know, the road to achieving self-confidence. Like, let's be realistic, especially if your self-confidence has been at an all-time low. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow feeling like the most, you know, confident person in the world, like the greatest person on earth. No, it is a process, and you do have to take all of these things that I've said into consideration. Take it one step at a time, and you will find that step by step you are, you know, achieving everything that you have set out to achieve. You will become the most confident person ever, but it is a process, and you have to trust the process because it will all work out in your favor. So the last point that I want to give you is to drop any negative person out of your life, literally. Because I know I've spoken so much about, you know, thinking negatively and how much you shouldn't think negatively, but that is just made 10 times harder if you're literally always surrounded by negative people. How are you ever going to get your confidence up if you're constantly surrounded by people that don't want to see you confident at all and just literally don't have your best interest at heart? You literally need to, you know, take a step back and recognize who these people are, if there are any such people in your life, and one by one literally just pick them up and drop them out. You will see how much of an impact it will make when you surround yourself only with, you know, people who genuinely have your best interest at heart, people you love, people that care about you. Especially if they didn't know that you have a confidence issue. If they really cared about you, they would literally go out of their way to make you feel good about yourself. But bad mind people, listen, you have to literally just get rid of them, eradicate them from your life. Like I said before, you have to take a step back and actually identify these people, and it might be hard to do this because some people are blind to, you know, such negativity, because for instance maybe they've been in your life for such a long time and you don't even realize that, rah, this person is actually unhealthy for my situation. But I think, you know, some of the most obvious signs is how they react to you, you know, giving them good news. Obviously some people are really good at hiding it, but I don't know, it's just a number of things that I think if you really observe, you'll be able to, you know, pick out from these toxic friendships. And yeah, I think honestly I'm just gonna leave the video there because this is getting really long. This is already, I don't even know how long, 45 minutes, it's getting really long. I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna go out and find something to eat. But yeah guys, I hope you've all enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.